What if I told you that in just 3 days, your entire life could start shifting without huge sacrifices, complicated routines, or waiting months to see results? Sounds impossible, right? But the truth is, transformation isn't about massive leaps. It's about 6 simple, powerful habits that anyone can start today to take control of their mind, their time, and their peace. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those habits are. Habits rooted in timeless Stoic wisdom that can help you break free from distraction, build unstoppable focus, and reclaim your day. If you're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed and start living intentionally, then watch closely because your new life begins right now. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you never miss out on powerful habits and insights that can change your life. Number 1, set daily priorities. Imagine starting every single day with unwavering clarity about what truly matters. No second guessing, no anxiety about endless tasks, no feeling pulled in every direction at once. This level of focus is not just a productivity hack. It is the cornerstone of living a stoic, purposeful life. Setting daily priorities is the very foundation upon which you can build mental clarity, emotional resilience, and lasting success. And it's one of the quickest ways to begin transforming your life. The ancient Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius, understood this deeply. As emperor of Rome, he faced constant crises, wars, political betrayals, personal losses, but his meditations reveal a man who confronted each day with intention and discipline. He would remind himself before rising, "Today I will face obstacles, insults, and ignorance, but I will not be overwhelmed." How did he maintain this composure? By controlling his focus, by deciding what he would give attention to and what he would dismiss. At its core, setting daily priorities is about mastering your attention, the most valuable and limited resource you possess. The Stoics taught that your peace of mind and virtue depend on focusing only on what is within your control. You can't control the external chaos, but you can control your choices, your actions, and crucially, your focus. Why is this so powerful today? Because in our modern world, distractions are relentless. Notifications ping every minute. The digital landscape bombards you with news, opinions, and demands on your attention. Without clear priorities, your mind becomes fragmented, your productivity plummets, and your stress skyrockets. You end each day exhausted, with little to show for your efforts. This is where the Stoic discipline of prohoresis, the faculty of choice, becomes your greatest ally. When you intentionally set just 3 non-negotiable priorities each day, you give your mind a clear directive. These 3 tasks should be the ones that most align with your long-term goals, your values, or your highest sense of purpose. They're not chosen at random or from a laundry list, but selected thoughtfully as what will make your day meaningful and your efforts worthwhile. The effect of this habit is profound. When your priorities are clear, your energy channels into what matters, reducing decision fatigue and preventing burnout. Distractions lose their power because you have a strong why behind your focus. This clarity also builds confidence, knowing you are dedicating time to what genuinely advances your life instead of reacting impulsively. Consider the example of Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple. When he returned to the company in the late 1990s, Apple was floundering with a confusing, sprawling product line. Jobs cut through this noise by focusing relentlessly on a few core products: the iMac, the iPod, and eventually the iPhone. He believed that true innovation required saying no to many good ideas in order to say yes to the few that truly mattered. His focus and clarity on priorities led Apple to revolutionize multiple industries. This principle doesn't just apply to business giants or emperors. On a personal level, the Stoic approach to priorities aligns with what modern psychology tells us about motivation and cognitive load. Studies show that trying to juggle too many tasks simultaneously reduces efficiency and increases stress. By limiting your daily focus to just a few key priorities, you not only enhance performance but also safeguard your mental health. How to apply this right now? Before your day begins, spend 5 to 10 minutes in quiet reflection or journaling. Identify the 3 tasks that will most impact your day. Write them down, say them aloud, and visualize completing them. This simple ritual sets a tone of purpose and intention. Then as the day unfolds, protect these priorities fiercely. When distractions, tempting shortcuts, or urgent but less important requests arise, ask yourself, does this align with my priorities or is it a distraction? Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." By choosing and defending your daily priorities, you reclaim your time from the chaos and reclaim your life from fragmentation. This practice also strengthens your inner resilience, as it trains you to say no to impulsiveness and yes to deliberate action. In just 3 days of practicing this habit, you'll notice your mindset shifting. Your mind will feel less cluttered, your decisions will become sharper, and your productivity will soar. More importantly, you'll experience a deeper sense of control and peace, knowing you are steering your life intentionally rather than drifting aimlessly. Setting daily priorities is not just a task management technique. It's a transformative practice of self-governance, a fundamental Stoic exercise in mastering your own reason and will. By adopting it, you align yourself with centuries of wisdom and practical success. Master this first habit, and you'll find the chaos of life becomes manageable, your goals achievable, and your days profoundly meaningful. Your life can begin changing dramatically in just 3 days, starting with this single powerful choice. Number 2, declutter your space. One of the most profound lessons from Stoic philosophy is that the external world deeply influences the internal state of our mind and spirit. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, wrote that the mind must be like a clear, open sky, free from the storms of distraction, confusion, and clutter. To live with this clarity, decluttering your environment, both physical and digital, is not a mere chore, but a transformative practice of mental discipline and self-mastery. It is an intentional step to align your outer world with your inner calm, creating the foundation for wisdom, focus, and tranquility. Seneca, arguably the most practical of the Stoics, famously said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This simple statement carries immense weight in a world overwhelmed with material excess and digital noise. Every object we hoard, every unopened email, every distracting notification is a tether binding our attention and peace. These distractions chip away at our mental clarity, draining our energy and scattering our focus. By consciously decluttering, we reclaim control over our environment and, by extension, our minds. Visualize your workspace or living area cluttered with piles of papers, half-finished projects, tangled cables, and countless unnecessary items. Now imagine your computer screen littered with dozens of open tabs, your inbox flooded with unread messages, and social media apps constantly buzzing. How could your mind possibly remain focused or calm amid this chaos? Such clutter breeds stress, fatigue, and indecision, blurring the boundaries between what is urgent and what is truly important. Stoicism teaches us that virtue and tranquility come from discipline and reason, two qualities impossible to sustain in a disorganized environment. Marcus Aurelius, despite facing wars, political conspiracies, and personal tragedies, maintained a remarkably composed mind by practicing simplicity and order in his surroundings. His austere lifestyle wasn't about deprivation, but about eliminating distraction. His focus was on cultivating the inner citadel, a fortress of reason and resilience that external chaos could not penetrate. In the modern era, the necessity of decluttering has only intensified. We face unprecedented bombardment from digital distractions, email chains, social media notifications, endless news cycles, and the ceaseless pull of the internet. This digital clutter is arguably more invasive than physical mess because it hijacks our attention continuously and invisibly. The Stoics remind us to cultivate mastery over our impulses and desires, focusing only on what serves our virtue and purpose. Clearing digital clutter, unsubscribing from needless emails, deleting unused apps, organizing files, and limiting notifications is an essential extension of this ancient wisdom. To embrace this habit, start small but be consistent. Choose one area, your desk, your closet, your email inbox, and apply deliberate scrutiny. Ask yourself, does this item, this email, this notification serve my purpose? Does it contribute to my goals or peace of mind? If not, remove it without hesitation. This act is a modern practice of prohairesis, the Stoic faculty of choice and willpower. Each decision to discard clutter is a step toward freedom and focus. Consider iconic examples of minimalism and focus in action. Steve Jobs, the visionary behind Apple, was famously minimalist, wearing the same style of black turtleneck and jeans every day. This deliberate simplicity was not mere fashion, but a strategic choice to reduce decision fatigue and conserve mental energy for what truly mattered: innovation and leadership. His focus on essential products over a sprawling, confused lineup echoed this principle. By shedding what was unnecessary, Jobs and Apple revolutionized entire industries. The benefits of decluttering quickly manifest. A cleaner space reduces stress, eases decision-making, and enhances your ability to concentrate. Psychologically, it signals to your brain that you value order and clarity, reinforcing your commitment to self-discipline and intentional living. Your environment becomes a sanctuary, a tangible reflection of your inner peace and purpose. But beyond practicality, decluttering is deeply symbolic and transformative. It reminds you daily that your worth is not tied to possessions or digital noise. It cultivates apatheia, the Stoic freedom from irrational passions and attachments. Each item you release is a little victory over impulse and distraction, building resilience and strengthening your capacity to focus on what truly matters: virtue, wisdom, and purposeful action. In just 3 days of consistent decluttering, you'll notice your environment transforming into a calm haven rather than a source of stress. Your mind will feel lighter, your focus sharper, and your spirit more grounded. This habit lays fertile soil for the other powerful habits you will cultivate in this journey of transformation. Decluttering your space is, in essence, decluttering your life. It is a Stoic exercise in self-governance, where the physical order you create becomes a mirror and foundation for your mental and emotional order. By committing to this practice, you align yourself with centuries of wisdom and prepare your mind and soul for clarity, calm, and profound transformation. Number 3, journal every morning. Journaling is more than just putting pen to paper. It is a deliberate act of self-reflection that has been at the heart of Stoic practice for millennia. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of Stoicism's greatest minds, spent countless hours writing his meditations, a private journal where he examined his own thoughts, wrestled with emotions, and reaffirmed his values. These writings were not intended for public praise, but were tools of self-improvement and mental clarity. Through this daily habit, Marcus trained himself to stay grounded amid the immense pressures of leadership, war, and personal hardship. In Stoicism, the mind is like a garden. It flourishes when tended carefully and with intention, but it quickly becomes overgrown with weeds, negative emotions, impulsive thoughts, and distractions if neglected. Journaling every morning functions as the gardener's tool, allowing you to clear mental debris and nurture your inner peace. It helps cultivate prohairesis, the Stoic concept of moral will and conscious choice, by making you aware of your mental landscape and empowering you to direct your thoughts and actions with purpose. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, urged his readers to throw away any part of your life that is not essential. Journaling helps identify those non-essential parts, destructive thought patterns, unproductive worries, or habitual complaints that clutter your mind and rob you of tranquility. By writing honestly about your feelings and thoughts, you make these shadows visible. Once visible, You can confront and transform them rather than be unconsciously ruled by them. The act of journaling also serves as a practical exercise in premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils. This Stoic technique involves anticipating challenges and setbacks before they occur, preparing the mind to respond with equanimity. When you journal in the morning, you create space to consider potential difficulties and to plan your response aligned with reason and virtue. Instead of being blindsided by frustration or fear, you cultivate resilience and calm readiness. Historical figures across time and disciplines have recognized the transformative power of journaling. Leonardo da Vinci's notebooks reveal a relentless curiosity and self-scrutiny that fueled his genius. Winston Churchill, during the darkest days of World War II, journaled to clarify his thoughts and bolster his resolve. More recently, public figures like Oprah Winfrey credit journaling with grounding their emotions and sharpening their focus amid overwhelming demands. These examples prove journaling as a timeless tool for anyone seeking mental clarity and emotional strength. Modern psychology supports what the Stoics long understood. Journaling reduces stress, increases self-awareness, and improves emotional regulation. Writing about your thoughts and feelings transfers them from the swirling chaos of your mind to the concrete page, allowing you to see them clearly, evaluate them objectively, and release what no longer serves you. This process cultivates apatheia, freedom from irrational passions, and promotes ataraxia, a state of serene calmness. When you journal every morning, you create a powerful ritual that frames your entire day. Marcus Aurelius advised starting the day with reminders of your purpose and duties. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive. Use journaling to articulate your intentions and priorities, aligning your actions with your deepest values. This clarity helps you resist distractions and impulsive reactions throughout the day, keeping you focused on meaningful work and virtuous living. A practical way to begin is to set aside 10 to 15 minutes each morning for free writing. Don't worry about grammar or style. Write whatever comes to mind, your worries, your goals, reflections on yesterday's successes or failures, or quotes that inspire you. Over time, you'll notice patterns emerge, negative beliefs to challenge, recurring distractions to manage, or strengths to build upon. This awareness is the first step toward transformation. By committing to morning journaling for just 3 days, you start to build a habit of mindful presence and intentional living. Your mind becomes less cluttered, your emotions less reactive, and your focus sharper. You learn to view yourself with honesty and compassion, cultivating a resilient inner dialogue that supports your growth and peace. This habit is a cornerstone for all the other positive changes you are building. Ultimately, journaling every morning is a profound act of self-respect and courage. It requires you to confront your inner world without avoidance or denial. In doing so, you practice the Stoic ideal of living according to reason and nature, accepting reality as it is and choosing your response wisely. This habit transforms you from a passive sufferer of circumstances into an active architect of your life. So start today. Pick up your journal each morning and write not only to record your life, but to shape it consciously. This small daily discipline will ignite a powerful chain reaction, enhancing your mental clarity, emotional strength, and ability to live with purpose. It is one of the most effective ways to begin transforming your life in just 3 days. Number 4, exercise daily. Exercise is not just about physical health. It is a profound discipline that shapes the mind, sharpens willpower, and builds resilience, the very qualities that Stoicism holds at its core. The Stoics understood that a sound mind requires a sound body. Epictetus, once a slave and later a revered philosopher, taught that the body and soul are intertwined. Neglect one, and the other suffers. He emphasized endurance, self-control, and training the body to be ready for any adversity. For these habits are the foundation of mental toughness. Think of exercise as a daily ritual of ascesis, the disciplined training that Stoics embraced. Just as athletes train to endure pain and improve performance, your daily movement strengthens your prohairesis, the moral will that allows you to make conscious choices rather than reacting impulsively. This practice conditions you to embrace discomfort rather than avoid it, a crucial lesson in Stoicism. When you push your body through resistance, even in small ways like stretching or a brisk walk, you build grit, the perseverance needed not only for workouts but for life's inevitable struggles. Historical figures steeped in Stoic ideals understood this intimately. Theodore Roosevelt, a modern Stoic exemplar, championed the strenuous life. Despite lifelong asthma, Roosevelt engaged in boxing, hunting, and vigorous hikes. His physical toughness was inseparable from his political courage and resilience as a wartime leader. Similarly, Admiral James Stockdale, a prisoner of war in Vietnam for over 7 years, survived brutal conditions partly through a strict physical routine that preserved his strength and mental focus. Stockdale credited his survival and leadership to his disciplined exercise and Stoic mindset. Exercise also creates immediate psychological benefits aligned with Stoic goals like ataraxia, peace of mind, and apatheia, freedom from destructive passions. Movement triggers endorphins and neurochemicals that reduce anxiety and depression, boost mood, and sharpen cognitive functions such as attention and decision-making. The Stoics recognize that a balanced mind depends on regulating emotions, and physical exercise is a natural, powerful way to achieve this equilibrium. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, reminds us that what stands in the way becomes the way. Exercise exemplifies this Stoic principle perfectly. The discomfort of movement is not an obstacle, but the path to growth. By willingly embracing physical exertion, you practice acceptance of hardship and build endurance, qualities that help you navigate life's external challenges without losing composure or virtue. In a world dominated by sedentary habits and digital distractions, exercise reconnects you to your body and nature. The Stoics emphasize living according to nature, and moving your body is a direct expression of this ideal. Whether it's walking, yoga, stretching, or bodyweight exercises, each motion cultivates harmony between body and mind, reminding you that you are not a passive bystander, but an active participant in your own flourishing. Starting with just 10 to 15 minutes daily is enough to spark transformation. It might seem small, but the power lies in consistency. Each day you honor your body's needs and strengthen your will. You reinforce a feedback loop. Your physical vitality fuels mental clarity, and your mental discipline enhances your physical effort. Within 3 days, you will begin to notice an increase in energy, reduced stress, and greater focus on your daily priorities. Moreover, exercise is a masterclass in patience and humility, virtues essential to Stoicism. Progress is gradual. There are no shortcuts. You learn to accept your current limits while steadily pushing boundaries without arrogance or despair. This balanced mindset, cultivated through physical discipline, becomes your shield against frustration and burnout. Prominent figures like Nelson Mandela also understood the power of physical activity in sustaining mental resilience. During his 27 years of imprisonment, Mandela maintained a strict exercise routine to keep his body and spirit strong. His commitment to physical discipline mirrored his mental and moral resolve, which eventually helped him lead South Africa through a historic transformation. Exercise also teaches you to control your impulses. The moment when your body screams to stop, but you decide to keep moving, is a moment of victory over desire and weakness. This practice of mastery over impulses is at the heart of Stoic ethics. It's not external circumstances that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Exercise is a daily, tangible training ground where you learn to shape those judgments with reason and courage. When you adopt daily exercise, you step into a lineage of thinkers and leaders who use physical rigor to prepare for life's inevitable storms. This habit is not a mere health tip, but a foundational discipline that empowers your entire Stoic journey, building endurance, sharpening focus, and cultivating inner peace. So begin now. Commit to moving your body daily, No matter how small the effort, feel the transformation ripple through your energy, mindset, and resilience. In 3 days, you won't just feel stronger physically, you'll feel more capable mentally and emotionally, ready to face whatever life throws your way with the steady calm of a true Stoic. Number 5. Limit social media to 15 minutes a day. In the modern era, social media has woven itself deeply into the fabric of our daily lives, promising connection, information, and entertainment at our fingertips. But beneath this convenience lies a silent thief of our most precious resource: time. Seneca warned us nearly 2,000 years ago. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Each minute lost to mindless scrolling, endless notifications, and addictive feeds is a minute pulled away from deliberate, meaningful living, an opportunity lost to practice virtue, reason, and tranquility. At the heart of Stoicism lies prohairesis, the faculty of rational will, the unique ability we possess to choose how we respond to external events. Social media, however, manipulates this faculty by triggering deep psychological cravings, the need for validation, comparison with others, and constant stimulation. These cravings give rise to patheta, disturbing emotions like envy, anxiety, and dissatisfaction, which Stoics such as Epictetus admonished us to avoid, for they cloud our rational judgment and fracture our peace of mind. Marcus Aurelius urged us to be like the rock that the waves keep crashing over. It stands firm and tames the fury around it. Limiting your social media usage to just 15 minutes a day is a powerful way to embody this Stoic resilience in today's digital storm. It means standing firm, asserting control over your attention, and refusing to be swept away by the endless tide of distractions. This practice isn't just theoretical. It has been embraced by some of the most effective and focused individuals alive. Warren Buffett famously eschews social media and even limits his email exposure, recognizing that distraction erodes his ability to think deeply and make wise decisions. Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek, champions digital minimalism, carefully restricting his online time to safeguard mental clarity and emotional health. These examples illustrate how Stoic principles of discipline, focus, and self-mastery remain profoundly relevant, guiding us toward greater well-being in a noisy world. On a psychological level, limiting social media fosters ataraxia, a state of tranquility free from disturbance, and apatheia, freedom from irrational passions, both central goals of Stoicism. Social media platforms hijack our brain's dopamine reward systems, creating addictive cycles of seeking approval and comparing ourselves to others, which in turn fuels anxiety, low self-esteem, and chronic dissatisfaction. By setting firm boundaries and limiting social media to 15 minutes daily, you interrupt these harmful cycles, making space for reflection, calmness, and purposeful action. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." In the digital age, mastery over your social media habits is essential for true freedom. Every resisted urge to refresh the feed or seek external validation strengthens your prohairesis, allowing reason and virtue to guide your actions rather than impulsive desire. This discipline is a form of ascesis, intentional self-training practiced by Stoics to cultivate inner resilience and fortitude. Just as they practice fasting or enduring physical hardships to strengthen the mind, consciously limiting social media sharpens your ability to tolerate boredom, to be present, and to focus on what truly matters. History offers powerful examples of mental discipline under extreme conditions. Admiral James Stockdale, a prisoner of war for over 7 years, survived through unwavering mental resolve and focusing on what was within his control. Overcoming social media addiction requires similar fortitude, resisting compulsive distractions to preserve your inner freedom and clarity. To adopt this habit, start by setting a strict daily limit of 15 minutes. Use timers or specialized apps to enforce this boundary rigorously. Avoid social media first thing in the morning and right before bed. times when your mind is most vulnerable to distraction and emotional turbulence. Instead, allocate your limited social media time intentionally, such as after completing your top 3 priorities or during a scheduled break. Notice how this clear boundary reduces mental clutter, increases your focus, and replenishes your energy. The benefits of this habit extend far beyond improved productivity. Reclaiming control over your attention reconnects you with your inner self in the present moment, the very foundation of Stoic practice. Detaching from external validation nurtures autarkia, self-sufficiency, where your happiness depends not on others' fleeting opinions, but on your own reasoned judgment and adherence to virtue. You develop emotional resilience, wisdom, and a peace of mind no external circumstance can disturb. Limiting social media is not a rejection of modern technology. It is mastery over it. This small, deliberate act empowers you to become the captain of your mind rather than a passive passenger in the whirlwind of distraction. Though it may seem minor, this habit is a profound expression of Stoic courage and wisdom, daily aligning your life with the pursuit of virtue, tranquility, and freedom. Begin this transformation today. Commit firmly to 15 minutes or less of social media each day. Observe as your mind clears, your focus deepens, and your emotional landscape steadies. Within just 3 days, this disciplined boundary will feel less like deprivation and more like liberation, a powerful, life-changing step toward intentional, free, and virtuous living. Number 6, go outside for 30 minutes every day. In a world where the majority of our time is spent indoors, immersed in artificial light and digital screens, the simple act of stepping outside for at least 30 minutes daily can be a radical act of reclaiming your mental and emotional well-being. The Stoics taught us that living in harmony with nature is not just an aesthetic ideal, but a fundamental principle of a flourishing life. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, constantly reminded himself that nature is neither cruel nor kind, but indifferent, urging us to accept reality as it is and find peace within it. Going outside reconnects us with this reality, raw, unfiltered, and grounding. The ancient Stoics believed that human beings are a part of the natural order, and that wisdom comes from recognizing and embracing this interconnectedness. Seneca wrote, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." Immersing ourselves in nature is a powerful way to practice living immediately. It strips away distractions, centers our awareness on the present moment, and dissolves the illusions spun by our busy minds. When we observe the trees, the sky, the rhythm of the seasons, we are reminded that life is a cycle of growth and decay, and that every hardship we face is as natural and temporary as the changing weather. Modern science confirms what the Stoics intuited centuries ago. Spending time outdoors lowers stress hormones like cortisol, reduces inflammation, and improves mood by increasing serotonin and dopamine production. These physiological benefits align closely with the Stoic goal of ataraxia, a state of serene calmness free from mental disturbance. Moreover, natural environments enhance cognitive function and improve attention span, allowing you to return to your tasks with renewed clarity and focus. In other words, nature heals and sharpens the mind simultaneously. Many great minds throughout history understood this intuitively and deliberately used nature to cultivate their own Stoic virtues. Albert Einstein often credited long walks outdoors with sparking his most profound insights. His practice of disengaging from the distractions of daily life and entering a state of quiet contemplation in nature allowed his rational mind to connect ideas creatively and deeply. Steve Jobs, who revolutionized the tech industry, found clarity and inspiration in solitary walks amidst the trees, proving that nature fuels innovation and calm decisiveness. From a Stoic perspective, going outside also reminds us of the principle of amor fati, loving and embracing one's fate. When you witness the cycles of nature, the blooming and withering of flowers, the relentless flow of rivers, the shifting clouds, you internalize a profound acceptance that life's challenges are natural and inevitable. This acceptance breeds resilience. It trains you to meet difficulties without complaint or despair, understanding that just as nature adapts and endures, so must you. Epictetus taught that true freedom comes from focusing only on what is within your control and accepting what lies beyond it. The external world, including the natural world, is beyond our control, but our response to it is not. Walking outside daily encourages mindfulness of this Stoic dichotomy. You cannot control the weather or the world's chaos, but you can control your attitude and your attention. This conscious engagement fosters emotional strength and mental discipline. Integrating this habit into your life requires intentionality. It's not enough to passively be outside. You must engage mindfully. Feel the earth beneath your feet. Listen to the sounds of birds or wind. Notice the colors and textures around you. Resist the urge to check your phone or let your mind wander into worry or distraction. Instead, use this time as a meditation, a moment to reset and realign with your values and goals. This practice builds your capacity for presence, a core Stoic skill that helps you face daily challenges with equanimity and wisdom. For those in urban environments, nature might mean a park, a garden, or a quiet street lined with trees. For others, it might be a mountain trail or a lakeside path. Whatever the setting, the key is consistency and immersion. Many successful leaders, from CEOs to artists, schedule daily nature time as a non-negotiable ritual, knowing that these moments recharge their creativity, patience, and emotional balance. In 3 days, as this habit takes root, you will notice more than just physical benefits. Your perspective on problems will shift. You'll find yourself less reactive and more reflective. Your stress levels will decline, replaced by a calm confidence grounded in the rhythms of the natural world. Most importantly, you'll feel more connected to something larger than yourself, a cornerstone of Stoic joy and meaning. This practice is a profound way to embody Stoic wisdom in action. It reminds you daily that you are part of an immense, ever-changing cosmos, and that your role is to live virtuously within it, accepting what you cannot change and courageously focusing on what you can. By spending just 30 minutes outside each day, you cultivate patience, clarity, resilience, and an unshakable peace, qualities that transform your inner life and, inevitably, your external world. Thank you for watching and committing to these 6 powerful habits grounded in Stoic philosophy. Remember, transformation doesn't require months or years. It starts with small, consistent steps you take every single day. In just 3 days, if you apply these habits with intention, you'll already begin to notice shifts in your mindset, your focus, and your overall well-being. Stoicism teaches us that while we can't control everything around us, we can control how we respond. And these habits give you the tools to respond with clarity, strength, and calm. Now it's your turn to take control. Challenge yourself to start today. Try these habits, feel the change, and watch as your life begins to align with purpose and tranquility. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss practical wisdom to improve your life. Share your progress or any questions in the comments. I'd love to hear how these habits are working for you. Until next time, keep living intentionally, keep growing, and keep embracing the Stoic path to a better you.